This is Parag. In today's tutorial, we will see about the arrays in JavaScript. What is array, how to create array in JavaScript, also how to access array elements, and we will also see for of loop to access the elements of array in JavaScript. Before that, let's understand the benefits of using array. So, whenever we declare some variable, let's say I am declaring one variable and we are assigning some value here, right? So, let x is equal to 300. So, in that case, what happens? So, whenever we declare one variable, some memory location will get assigned to that variable, right? And we are assigning value to that variable. So, here we have declared just one variable. For example, let's say I want to store employee ID. Let's say let employee ID 1 is equal to 1, right? So I have created one variable, that is employee ID, and we have assigned that value 1 to that variable. So we have to create one variable for that. Similarly, for another employee, let's say there can be a multiple employees, right? So for second employee, I will again have to create one more variable and I have to assign some value to that variable, right? Similarly, if there are hundreds of employees, then we will have to create hundreds of variable, right? But this is not an ideal practice. This is not the right practice, right? So instead of creating so many variables, what we can do, we can simply use array variable. So we can simply use array in which we can store multiple values in that single variable, right? So that is one benefit of using an array. So JavaScript arrays are used to store multiple values in single variable. It is a special variable which can hold multiple values of same or different data type. So that values can be of same data type or different data type as well in JavaScript. Also, it can hold objects as well. So if let's take the same scenario, so I want to store some employee IDs of, right? There can be multiple employee ID. So instead of creating different variable for every employee ID, I will simply create one array variable, that is employee ID, and I will assign all the values at once. So I will just assign. So this is how we can create an array. So I am just creating one array of employee ID. Now I have to assign the values, right? So I can simply put values here, 1 2 3 4 5, right? 1 2 3 and so on. So I can put as many values I can, right? So similarly I have so far put 4 values here. So basically this is how we can create one variable, that is array variable, that is employee ID, that will store all the values. And if I want to print that array, then I will simply write console.log emp id, that is array variable which we have declared, right? So I'm just saving this and let's run this file, right? So here we are printing that values. So this is how we can use the array to save multiple values of same or different data type in single variable, right? Now let's take one more example. So I'm just removing this. So I'm going to create one array of fruits. So let's say I'm just going to create one array of fruits. Let fruits is equal to, let's say, apple, orange, mango, and banana. So I have created one array of fruits which is holding these values. So this is the basically syntax to create an array in JavaScript. So fruits is the name of that variable, and we have to use square brackets in which we can assign the values. We can put the values which we want that array variable should hold, right? So we have put some values here of fruits, correct? So this is the one way of creating the array in JavaScript. Now let's print this array. So console.log, and we can simply print by using array name. Let's save this file and let's execute. Right, so this is how we can print the array elements, right? So this is how we can create the array in JavaScript and we can print. Now this is the first notation. We can also create by another way. So there is one more way to create an array in JavaScript. Now I'm just commenting this one. So I'm going to create the same array. So let's give let fruits is equal to, we can use new keyword, new array parenthesis, and we can put the values which we have put here, right? So I'm going to put the same values which I have used in earlier array, right? So this is how we can declare an array by using new keyword. So we have to use the keyword let fruits. Fruits is the array name, and new keyword along with the array, and in parenthesis we can put the values which we want to be stored in that array variable. Now let's save this file, and again let's run this file. I'm just simply going to run node demo.js, right? So it will also print the same value, right? So we can use any notation. We can use this first notation to create the array, or we can use second notation as well, right? So along with that, we can, I'm just removing this one, we can also create the array of numbers as well. So for example, let's say I want to create array of employee ID in which I want to store some IDs, right? So I will just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have to use double quotes while using the numbers, right? When we are using string, then only we have to use double quotes. Now let's save this. I'm just printing the array. So console.log, let's say emp id. Save this file and let's run the demo.js file, right? So this is how we can print the array variable, right? So this is how our array looks, correct? Now whenever we use multiple elements in our array, those elements we can access by using indexing, right? So each and every element which is stored in array has some index associated with it. Now let's see how the index gets associated to the array, right? Now I'm just going back to our slides. Yeah, so let's take a simple example. So we have declared one array of fruits which contains 4 elements, right? So apple, orange, mango and banana. Now that element gets assigned basically one index. So basically fruits is the name of that array variable, and those elements one by one get stored in a sequential manner in the indexes. So for example, the apple will get stored in the 0th position, that is 0 index. Orange will be next, that is first index. Mango will be having second index, and banana will be stored on the third index. So this is how the elements get stored. So it array index starts from 0, right? And it goes, so in this case there are 4 values, right? So we can see there are 4 values. The length of an array is here 4, right? So first value is apple, second is orange, third is mango and fourth is banana. But the array index always starts from 0. So the maximum length of an array is 4 here, right? So similarly, if the length of an array is 4, then last index will be n minus 1, where n is length of array, right? So if the length of an array is 4, that means our starting index is 0. So 3 will be the last index in that specific array. So always remember that whenever we start the array index, it starts from 0, and the last index will be the array length minus 1, that is n minus 1, where n is length of an array, correct? And to access the array elements, right? So suppose I want, so we have seen that we can simply print the whole array by simply printing the employee id, then it prints all the elements, right? So whenever we print this employee id, it will print all the elements which have been added in that array variable. But what if I want to access single element? So I want to access some single elements from that array. So how we can access that? Right, so to access that, we can simply use this syntax. So we have to simply give the array name, that is fruits here, and we have to mention the position of index of the element which we want to access. So suppose I want to access the first element. Now, right, first element is position on the 0 index, right? So I have to mention fruits 0. So it will give me the value of the element whichever is stored on that 0 position. So currently it's apple, right? So to access the apple, we have to mention fruits in bracket 0. So it will give us the apple value. Similarly, if I type fruits in the square brackets 2, then it will give me, or it will return the value of mango, right? So this is how we can simply access the array elements. Now let's see practically as well. So I'm just going to create one more array. Let's say let fruits is equal to apple, mango, let's say orange, and banana. So we have created one array variable of name fruits, and we have given some 4 values. We are storing those 4 values in that fruits variable, that is array variable. Right, now let's print the fruits. I am first clearing the console. Node demo.js. Right, so this is the output of our array. Right, now I want to access the apple. Right, so apple is positioned at the 0th index, so I want to access the element from this array. Right, so how we can access that? So I will simply use console.log. We have to give the array name, that is fruits, and we can simply use square brackets, and we have to mention the index. So which index we want to access here? So I want to access 0th index, right? So I will just put 0 here, and let's print this. So before that, I am just commenting the above statement. Let's save and just run this file. Right, so this is the original array, and we are accessing the 0th element, right? So that is apple here, so we can get apple here. Now let's change this value. So I am just going to print 2 here. So which element it will return? So basically this is the 0th position, this is first position, and this is the second position. So it should return me now the orange value, right? So yeah, so this is how we can access the array elements by index position. Right, we have also seen we can also check the length of an array. Right, now I want to check what is the length of this array. Right, so I will simply use console.log. I have to use the array name fruits dot length. I'm just saving the file. Yeah, so it's just fruits dot length. Right, so we can see here the 4 is a length, right? So basically now we have also seen in last lecture we can check the type of this object. So basically array, so whatever we have defined here, so array variable, it's an of object type. Now how we can check that? So we can simply check console.log type of fruits semicolon, and I am saving this. Let's run this file again. Right, it's returning object. So basically array variable is always returns the object type, right? So every object has its own methods or properties, right? Similarly, basically to calculate the length, basically this is the property that fruits dot length, so it will return us the value of the total length of this array, right? So here we have included 4 elements, so length of the array is 4 here, correct? So this is how we can check the length, as well as how we can check the type of array variable, right? That always returns the object type, correct? Now we can also change the value of an array element, right? So we can also update some value in our array. So for example, now I want to update the value. So this fruits array contains these 4 fruits, right? Now I want to update the apple to, let's say, some another fruit, right? So how we can do that? So to update, we can simply use console.log I will just remove these statements to avoid confusion. I'm just saving the file, and I want to update the value of this apple to some another variable. So how we can update the values in our array? So the syntax is, we have to mention the array name fruits, we have to mention the position which we want to update. So in square bracket we can simply give the position. So what is the index position of this apple? That is 0, right? So I'm just going to put function 0 is equal to, we have to mention the value which we want to place there. So let's say I want to update kiwi fruit there, so I will just update kiwi. Now let's save this. Now it will update the value of the kiwi in that fruits array. Now how we can verify that? Now let's print the whole array once again. So console.log, let's print fruits, run the file. Now we can see here, right? So this is how the value got updated here. So earlier it was apple here, but now it's showing kiwi. So that's how we can update the value, right? Similarly, I want to now suppose update, instead of orange, now here I want to update the pineapple value. So how we can do that? So simply what I can do, so I will just simply again use same syntax. Let's say fruits, and what is the position here? That is second position, right? So 0 1 2, and let's say I want to put pineapple here. Let's save this, and once again we have to verify, we have to print the complete array here, right? Now let's run this file. We can see here, right? So values got updated. So here we have updated the second value, that is pineapple instead of orange, right? So this is how we can change or update the values in our array elements, right? Similarly, we have seen we can store, so basically in this array we have stored all the string values. In this array we have stored all the number values, but array in JavaScript we can store any data type in our array. So for example, now I am going to create one array. Let my array is equal to, now let's store some different type of data types. So for example, now one element I am going to store as number. So 23030 is of number data type, comma. So for number data type we don't have to provide double quotes. Along with that, let's store some string as well. So let's say Jack. So Jack is string here, comma. We can also store decimal values. Let's say 3.33, right? Comma. We can also store boolean values as well. Let's say true. True is boolean value, correct? So similarly, we can store the multiple data types in array. Now let's again print this array, console.log my array. Let's save this file and let's run node demo.js, right? So it printed all the values here, right? So this one is number data type, this is string, this is boolean, this is decimal, right? So we can store multiple data types in array variable. We can also store objects as well. So in JavaScript, array can hold objects as well. Now we can also see that. So how we can check that? So now I am going to create, let's say 3 objects. Let's say I am going to create 3 employee objects. Let employee1 is equal to, how we can create objects? So we have to use curly brackets. We have to provide the object properties, right? So what are the object properties? Let's say name. You can simply give name as John, comma. Let's say department, colon. Department is, let's say, finance, comma. And let's say salary. Let's say 70,000. Correct. Now let's store this. So this is one object which we have created, that is employee1. Now let's create one more object. We have to give semicolon here after first object creation. Now let's create second object, employee2. Let's give name as Jane. Let's keep department as engineering, and let's say salary as 80,000. Again we have created another object, that is employee 2. We have to provide semicolon here. Now let's create one more object, that is employee 3. Employee 3, let's give the name as Sean. Let's give department as finance again. Let's keep the salary same here, 80,000, right? So we have created 3 objects here, correct? Now we want to store these 3 objects in one array, right? So now I'm going to create one array. Let's say employee is equal to square brackets, and in this we can simply put our all the 3 objects. So we have created 3 objects, correct? That is employee 1, right, employee 2 and employee 3. So I'm just putting employee 1 comma employee 2 comma employee 3. So we have created one array that is of name employees, and we have given 3 values, that the 3 objects which we have created here, right? So this is an array of objects, right? Now let's print the array elements. Now I'm going to print the complete array here. Console.log employees, that is array name, right, semicolon. I'm just saving the file, and let's run this file. Node, I'm going to just run the file node demo.js, right? So it is printing the complete array. So basically we have created one array of all the 3 objects. So it is printing, it is showing all the 3 elements, that is object elements in our array. So this is the array of objects, right? So similarly in JavaScript, basically we can create array of multiple data types as well, right? So we can create the array of objects as well, correct? Now how we can, so basically we have printed the complete array. Similarly, if I want to print only the single element from that object array, right? So how we can print that? So we can simply give console.log. Let's give the array name, that is employees, in bracket square bracket we have to mention the position. Now let's say I want to access the employee 2. So what is the index of the employee 2? So this is the 0 index, this is first index, right? So I want to give the value as 1 here. Let's save this file and let's open it in terminal. Right, so I'm just going to give node demo.js. Let's run the file. Right, so it now printed the value of only second object, right? So that is the employee 2, correct? So that is name her Jane. So this is the employee 2, right? So this is how we can access the single element from array by using position of the index. Right, so we have seen how we can create an array in JavaScript. We have also seen how we can access the element. We have also seen how we can update the value or update the value of some elements in our array. Right, now we will see how we can use for loop to iterate across the all the elements of our array. So basically we have created an array and I want to access the elements one by one. I want to access all the elements one by one in our array. So how we can do that? So by using for loop, we can do that. And there are 2 ways by which we can use for loop and we can iterate across all the elements of our array. Right. So now let's see one by one how we can loop through across that. Right. So I'm just going to, let's say, create new file. I'm just going to create new file here. Let's give name as for loop demo.js. So it's already existing, so I'm just going to name it as for loop demo for array.js. right? So now I'm going to create, let's say, one array. Let fruits is equal to, right? So I have created one array of fruits which contains these four values, right? So let's save this. Before that, let's print as well. So I'm just printing the whole array, console.log. Let's run the file, that is node for loop demo .js. So this is the file name. So this is how we are printing all the array elements, right? Now what I want to do, so basically I want to access all these elements one by one by using for loop, right? So we have created one array, so how we can do that? So basically we have to use for loop. So I will just simply create for. So we have seen that, so to access elements one by one, we will have to go to and access each element one by one. So how we can do that? So basically we know that every element has some index here. So this is 0 index, this is first index, this is second index, this is third index. So if I want to access these elements one by one, so I want to start one condition. So we can initialize, let's for example, for let I is equal to, now our index starts from 0 here, right? Now for the index we are starting from 0th position. So I will just give for let I is equal to 0, and then we have to put the condition. So we have to iterate across all the elements, right? So we can see here, so if the size of an array, so there are 4 elements in this array, and the size of this array or length of this array is 4, and the last index, so last element will be having n minus 1 index, right? So that is, if the size of my complete array is 4, then my last index will be 3, right? So to iterate across all the elements, we have to starting condition should be 0, and we have to reach till the last position of index, that is n minus 1, where n is the size of the complete array or length of the complete array. So right, so in condition we can simply put I is equal to 0, and I should be less than equal to, for this condition we have to put value of last index, that is 3 here, correct? So I have to put 3, but instead of putting 3 I can simply put fruits dot length. So basically fruits dot length is the size of my complete array, and the last index will be always less than one value. So I will just minus 1, and we have to increase our variable, right? So less than equal to fruit dot length, fruits dot length, that is the length of an array minus 1. So if my length of the array is 4 here, right? So if we see the length of an array is 4, so 4 minus 1 is going to be 3. So last element will be at third position. That's why we have used for let I is equal to 0 and I is less than equal to size of an array minus 1, and we are incrementing the operator, and then we have to print the values, right? So we can simply use console.log fruits. So to access the element we have to use array name, right? So fruits in square bracket we can simply mention, let's say, I here, right? So it will increase. So basically it will iterate from 0, 1, 2 and 3 until it mates with the last condition, right? That is the maximum value of index position. So let's put the semicolon, let's save this file, right? Now let's save this file and let's run this file, right? So it printed all the values one by one here, right? So this is how we can use the simple for loop. So this is how we can use the simple for loop, right? So we have to initialize the variable value by 0. Then we are putting the condition here that it should be less than or equal to the total length of an array minus 1, that is the last index position, and then we are incrementing the value of our variable, that is I here, and then we are simply printing console.log array name, and along with that we are giving the position of our index that will increase by 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So after 3 it will exit from this loop, right? So this is how we can print all the elements by using for loop. This is the first way of using for loop. Similarly, I'm just going to remove this. So this is the first way. So I'm just going to remove this, and I will show you how we can access by using for of loop, right? So this was we have checked by using simple for loop. Now so there is another flavor of for loop that is also known as for of loop. So basically for of loop. So how we can use for of loop, right, to access the array elements by using for of loop. So syntax for that is we have to simply use for, then I will use let x of the array name, that is fruits, and then we have to simply print console.log, let's say x, right? So what we are doing here, so we have declared one variable in for of loop. So for every iteration it will check whether the fruits array contains some value, right? So it will assign the first iteration it will assign the first value to x variable, and we are printing that variable. Then in next iteration it will move to the next element, it will store the next element value in that variable, and it will print that variable. In the next iteration it will store the third value and print that third value. In the next iteration it will store the fourth value and it will print that value. So it will keep iterating until the last element is printed, right? So once the last element of that specific array is printed, then we will exit from this loop, right? So let's save this file and let's run this file, right? So this is how printed all the elements in our array, right? So this is how we can use for of loop to iterate across all the elements of an array. Now so let's check what happens when I add some another element. Now let's say I'm adding, let's say kiwi, as well as one more element here, let's say pineapple, right? Let's save this file. Now my for loop will remain exactly the same. Now let's again run this file, right? So it printed all the elements one by one, right? So this is how we can use for of loop to iterate across all the elements of an array, right? Similarly, while programming, sometimes we have to check whether the variable is of array type or not, right? So for that there is one method. So we can use array dot is array, and we have to put that variable. So let's say fruits. So it will check. So if my variable is of array type, then it will return the true, and if it's not an array, then it will return the value as false. Now let's execute this file. We have not printed, so I think we have to first print the value as well, right? So console.log, it will always return one boolean value whether it's an array or not, right? So now let's again run this file, right? So it's returning true. That means this fruits variable, it's an array basically, right? So this is an array, so this will return true, right? Now let's again create some simple variable which is not an array. So now I am going to create some, let's say let y is equal to 100. Let's save this file and let's try to check the type of y. So it will return false this time, right? So it is returning false this time because this is not an array, right? So this is how we can use this method to check whether our variable is array or not, right? So similarly we have seen about the arrays, right? So we have seen what is array, how to create array in JS, how to access the elements, how to update the elements, and we have also seen the for of loop, right? So similarly revising, so JavaScript array is used to store multiple values in single variable. Now we can store multiple values of similar data type, or we can store the different data types at once as well, right? So it can also store objects as well. There are two ways by which we can create the array. So first one is by simply creating like this, and another way is by using new keyword, right? So new array, and we can mention the elements which we want to store there. Similarly, we have seen the indexing concept also as well, right? So array elements always stores the elements by some index positions. So it will always start from 0, and as per the number of elements it will keep on increasing, right? So this is for the array tutorial. In the next tutorial we will see what are the different methods that we can use in arrays, right? So there are multiple methods which we can use with array. So basically array is always an object type, and every object has some methods associated with it. So there are multiple methods for array that we can use to perform some operations on the array variable, that we will see in our next lecture. So thank you for watching guys. Let's meet you all in our next lecture.